All right, so gonna go ahead and get this recording started. All right, so do we want to start a new fresh game and go through the mods real quick, or should I just keep running with what I'm doing offline? And note that if the run I've been doing offline dies, it dies. I'm not. I'm not hurting. To be honest, I've been close to starting a new game anyway. New run? Alright. So, how heavily modded are we looking? Because right now, I have quite a few mods, but I downloaded a ton more. Yes, there is a win condition in this game. Your objective, loosely, is to leave the planet. So basically, you either start off as like tribal people, or you crash land on this planet. Your objective mostly is to get off the planet. You can either build your own ship, or you can go to where there is a ship and leave the planet with that. But it, it's more fun to play the game than to try to get off planet, if you know what I mean. And you can set up your own challenges too, you know. Uh, Most likely you're going to die. Because the game does ramp up to the point where it outpaces your strength. Metalhead Dave with the raid. You were playing. Oh, Batman Arkham Knight. Sir, how was your stream? Thank you so much for the raid. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to spoil too much, but. Sir, how was your stream? Thank you so much for the raid. So I'll slowly go ahead and go through this. Um, it may take some time to explain it all, but a lot of the names are kind of self-explanatory. But most of these are kind of quality of life stuff. I don't think there are too many that really alter the game too much, other than. Oh shoot. Oh, there it is. Yeah, rim laser. Okay. Yeah, that skill decay is very annoying. If it was much, much slower, I think I'd be fine with it. Yeah. Um, so hospitality is kind of cool. It's a little rough before you get the stuff the mod gives you set up, but it can really, really enhance things. I haven't messed with this one yet. That almost sounds like it could be a little broken, though. But it sounded like it could be cool, so I downloaded it. Psionic. I haven't messed with that yet, but I love psionics, so I really want to try that out. Puppeteer is one of the stream mods that I've seen was recommended. You combine that with another one's Rim Connect. I've seen someone combine those two. Basically, this allows you to play Rimworld on my game while I'm playing it. Like you can control your character and stuff. I don't know if I'll do it, but I downloaded it just in case. And then I think Pi mentioned getting Archotech. And I didn't know exactly which one, so I downloaded 2 or 3 of them. Puppeteer's pretty fun. It sounds like it is. Um, so, I mean, we could definitely give it a shot. So then I learned about the vanilla expanded pack, which, as you can see, there's a lot. So, I mean, we could add all those too if we want. If not, that's fine too. Yeah, yeah, and I think if we were to use Puppeteer, it would be on like special occasion streams. It wouldn't be like a regular RimWorld stream. I think the regular RimWorld stream would definitely have Rim Connect, so you guys can add things and stuff to make it fun. Uh, but I don't think we do Puppeteer every time. I'm definitely waiting for this to get updated because this sounds really cool. Um, these Star Wars ones, I don't know if they ever made updates, but I haven't deleted them. But oh my gosh, back when I played these mods, if you could level up a Force user, they were brutal. I had one Force user that just wiped out a whole raid by himself. Just blocked everything, reflected blasts, and just cut everyone up. It was amazing. But then I've had uh, a couple of Force users not do as well. So what do you guys think? Or do you guys just want me to pick? Because that's fine too. But I haven't messed with any of these expanded mods as well, so this would be all new to me. Mod it up. As far as I know, we could use all of these expanded mods. Like they should all be compatible with each other. Now this one, I don't know if I should use this and Rim Laser at the same time. The cool thing about Rim Laser is it uses XCOM sprites. And then some made to look like XCOM. And I can show that real quick. Yeah. And these weapons are awesome. They are really, really awesome. So, so let me ask this: do you guys want me to use hospitality? Okay. I have played with it in the past, so I do know how to work it a little bit. I don't know if it's really changed much since then, though, because it's been probably a year or two. I wonder if we could put. Ah, this takes a little bit of setting up. And then this sounds pretty interesting too. RPG traits. See you, buddy. Should I use this one, guys? So, oh yeah, here we go. I've played played this game 24 hours in the last 2 weeks. That's not bad. Some pawns will have special mental strength, mental power. Oh, that's right. That's what this is. Okay, so yeah, you get like a whole bunch of these different features. Yeah, let's go ahead and try this out. Whole bunch of different options here. Emotional vampirism. Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, some of these look really cool. Um. Yeah. Yeah, a whole lot. Let's do it. All right, and then I think we gotta set up that. Cool. All right, let's see how long it takes to load this. I've never used this many mods before on this game. Yeah, yeah. If I all of a sudden, lose connection, you guys could probably guess why. Okay, this is taking a while because with the other mod setup I had, I'd be playing right now. Oh. just just add more mods. That'll fix it. Nice. Ain't that the truth, though? This initialization is taking a little while. Jeez, 140? Oh no! I just clicked on Rimworld. It says it's not responding. I'm pretty sure it's just loading though. We're waiting for it to respond. Yeah. Yeah, it should be fine. What? Like he's playing that much at the same time? Inked guy, what's going on? How are you doing today? We might have a few extra mods causing this delay. Ah, here we go. Oh. So I haven't used Combat Extended in forever. I can't even remember what all is in it. Gotcha, Lumen. Jeez. Awesome, man. Yeah, this is I've been really itching to play this game. I absolutely love it. I wonder if rim lasers causing an issue, or why this is happening. Okay. All right, I'm gonna enable this because, yeah. All right, so we're gonna start a new colony. Oh wow, yeah, we have a bunch of options here. Ooh. So what should we go with, guys? Should we make our own scenario? Should we run with one of these? I kind of don't want to run with this one. Not yet. This could be something we could do another time. I kind of want something decent. Crash Landed's always good. Lost Tribe can be okay. I think I'd be fine with the Rich Explorer. And I think these are all new. Or new to me, at least. Crash Landed. Yeah, I mean that's a pretty good default option. Yeah, yeah. Those can be pretty fun. I see Disnoff play. I think he plays Naked Brutality very often, and I think I've seen him do Rich Explorer quite a bit too. So these three come by default. I'm not sure if the DLC add too many more. I think it does. Right. Yeah. So basically, Cassandra Classic kind of. How do I want to word it? Like, she's kind of like the default, you know, storyteller where it kind of gets harder over time, but it still kind of matches what you can do. Uh, Phoebe Chillax uh, kind of slows things down. So it's a little bit easier, but it's not necessarily easy. So if you want kind of a relaxing run, she would be the one to play. Randy Random, I actually use this guy all the time because I don't know, it's kind of fun. Okay, thanks, Rudge. Thanks. Yeah, like this guy can give you back-to-back raids, no problem. It's happened to me so many times. Some are hard, some are easy. But then again, he can give you cool stuff often. You always do chillax. Yeah, I did. I chose her quite a bit early on. Empress Evil. Driven by primal rage and savage instinct, it will force you to constantly be on your toes, throwing harder and harder tasks until you give up and perish. No good events can happen ever. That's XCOM, baby. um, Maynard Medieval likes to tell tales of heroism and hardship, of prosperity and peril. Most factions and all research will be limited to the medieval and prime medieval eras. Well, we're skipping that one. Diego Dyer believes the best stories are the violent ones, facing unfavorable odds and going down in a blaze of glory with exploding buffaloes and drunks. Okay. Freya Fierce believes in the importance of showing your strength and using force to show others their place. Every year after the first year, at the start of April May, your settlement will become increasingly unhappy until you send your colonists on an adventure or a raid and bring back the spoils of war. Oh, that's interesting. Diego Industrial creates a story of increasing curve of challenge and tension. He will make sure you have a breathing room between hard, difficult events. Most factions and all research will be limited to the industrial and pre-industrial eras. Medieval and... Okay, that looks like it's the same. Neuron Neolithic. Most fabled legends are created in the heat of battle, and only trial by fire will make you a better man. Most factions and all research will be limited to the Neolithic area or era. He will send raids every 2 or 3 days. This is Igor Invader, rewarding players for dealing with them swiftly and punishing player for any losses. Storyteller doubles all damage types, but also warns you about upcoming raids 12 hours before they happen. Oh, this one doesn't warn you. Yeah, yeah, they do. Oscar Obnoxious Things will turn on their heads countless times before a colony goes down in flames. Frequently released patch notes can alter the values of the game, changing almost anything in the game completely by a random number. Whew. Well, I don't know, guys. Phoebe was kind of recommended. We can try her out if you guys would like. Or we can do Randy Random. I'm fine with that. Or we can do Cassandra Classic. These other ones, I'm kind of not interested in the limitations for now. They could be something fun to do later. Welcome back, dude. That's true. That's a very good point. Let's go ahead and with that point, try out just Adventure Story so we can get to know everything. We can try to up it later. And then we can do Reload Anytime mode just in case things bug out. Commitment mode is essentially Iron Man. Okay, so we need a seed. There we go. Nice. Yes, definitely. And how much globe coverage do we want? I think we can handle 100%. But this is basically how much of the globe processes things. We could at least do 50. And then the factions. These are all the factions available. That's a lot of factions. Jeez. I suppose we could run with that. I'm not sure if this awarding means like if this totals 11 or more, or if there are like more than 11 factions. Yeah, I don't know either. All right, there. Let's do that. Now we have no warnings. One, two, three, four, five. That's 13. These must not be counted as factions, I guess. Yeah. So the Mechanoid Hive and Insect Gene Line are not considered factions, so we're still at 11 with what we have. So I'm good with that. Thank you. All right. Here's our 50%. So, do you guys want me to do something random to pick a location? Uh, should we pick something in particular? I know Boreal Forest towards the center is pretty easy. Or Temperate Forest, I believe. You have growing period year round, which means you can always be growing food. I mean, and I actually like to do it in like one of these with mountains and hills. What's your idea, Celine? And click randomly? Oof, that's brutal. Yeah, that is easy mode, but it is nice. All right, I can try this. All right. Oh yeah, yeah, it's still fun. Oh crap! I clicked way over here. All right, let's try that again. Okay, we can't start out in the water. All right. Well, here's what was picked for us randomly. Hey, it's year-round growing and like way out in the middle of nowhere. That's gonna be brutal if we start here because we have no roads to get us to anybody. Start here, guys. Do it. All right, let's make it a little bit bigger. So should we do classic or fluid? Might just be better to play classic for now. I think we have to select stuff here too, don't we? Or is it just that? I think if we click this, it automatically does stuff. So we can prepare carefully if we want. Should we? Should we make our own starting people? Wow, this is actually a really good start. Mad surgeon. All right. Right. So mining and research. Okay. Crafting and social. Handling, crafting, and social. So no construction on anybody. Wow. Hmm. Starting with an addict isn't the best, but I think we could break this after a while. But yeah, like everyone sucks at medical. Cooking, planting, jeez. Hmm. Oh, and where we're starting, we don't have to really worry about mining because I don't think there's really going to be much to mine. Jeez, minus 30% moving. And it's going to take a long time to fix that. And he's incapable of dumb labor. Hmm. I think she would be really good to get. Like, awesome planting, awesome medical, awesome science. And she likes shooting. There's way too many addictions there. What do you guys think? How much should I prepare carefully here? Plants, medical, instruction, animal. Both are really good at research. Actually, Yeah, and that's a pretty good idea too. All right, so we have construction, planting, medical, intellectual, shooting, and melee. Not so much cooking. We only have a 3, but it is what it is. I don't think we're gonna have to worry about mining. Posture check and hydrate. Ooh, 18 minutes before we take a break, and I'm really gonna need that break. But I can hold off till then. All right, guys, here we go. The 3 of you awake in your crypto sleep sarcophagi to the sound of sirens ripping metal. You barely get to escape pods before the ship is torn apart. Sometime later, you land on this unknown Rimworld. As pieces of the shredded starship fall around you, you start making plans to survive. Achievement unlocked. Cheater, cheater. Enable development mode. Alright, so I actually almost never use this Moody mod. But I have it just in case. But this mini mod map, I absolutely love it. It's really good. What the heck? Okay. Alright, my webcam's just really being dumb. Hmm. Alright. Okay, so actually there is just a little bit to mine, but that's okay. An anima tree. I don't know exactly what these are used for. Oh. Oh, shoot. Okay, this is going to be kind of important for psychic abilities. I didn't know that this is what was used for that. But, yeah, certain abilities take a psychic link, and you need this tree in order to do that. And you actually have to have people, like, meditate towards it and stuff. Yeah, so I don't know exactly how that all works, but actually I don't know if this is the size map I wanted. I think I wanted something slightly bigger. But we'll just run with this for now. All right, so we are going to allow everything so that we can move it soon. Ah, okay. Wow, a couple of lions here. So lions can hunt you and your animals. Can we start with a husky? Alright, we're gonna switch this over to number mode. Oh. Entertain, huh? Alright, since everyone can hunt, we want everyone hunting. Ooh, riding? Oh, wow. Fishing? Okay. That's new too. We're not going to worry about art right now. Alright, that should be good for now. And happy, you're going to self-tend. Oops. One attack, and then we need to equip people with weapons. Shooting's a 4 with a star. Alright, well, you don't care, so you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that. So now we need to consider where we're gonna live. And I'm thinking we could just take this and add to it for now. Seems to be the best bet. So with the new aiming system and combat extended, projectiles follow a ballistic flight path now. Visibility makes it harder to see. You actually have to lead people now. Build towards the big mountain structures. Hmm. Wow, that's pretty extensive. Oh, shoot. I didn't want to do this. Hold up. I don't have to worry about reloading. Okay. Let's see. That's a lot. Alright, well, she doesn't have a ranged weapon for now. We'll get to that eventually. So are you saying build here instead of this? Or like start here and build this way? Oh, right here? Um, yeah, we can kind of start with that. Oh, alright. We're going to want to claim all of this. Gotcha. Or at least this. And put a zone over... Yeah, we'll just put a stockpile there. Oh shoot, factory, what? And actually, we're going to want to put food inside. Jeez, that's a lot added. Oh yeah. A ton of that stuff. And then we're going to want to deconstruct this stuff. And, oops. Here. Manage areas. Animals. And invert it. There we go. So now the dog won't eat our food right here. And let's see. Let's get repairs done. We're going to want to bring some of this stuff indoors as well. We're also going to need to build beds pretty darn quickly. Actually, here, just... yeah. Okay, lots of extra items already. Oh, shoot. Alright, we're gonna have to be extremely careful with wood. Uh-oh. What's that music I hear? Alright, that's a little cheesy here. Or no, actually we want to cancel these two. So it's a little cheesy because we're making extremely tiny bedrooms. But it's going to have to work for now. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, this mod's going to take some getting used to. What is that? Oh, just one piece of steel. Okay. Alright, go ahead and heal up a bit. It's kind of hot out, too. Alright. We need to expand this. Dang, one more. Alright, and now we need power. Recreation, huh? What the? And I don't think we start with batteries. So we're going to have to research that pretty soon. And we're going to need light. All right, and a chair for comfort. All right, and while that's going on, tilled soil. That's kind of a little bit of a cheat mod, but it's very, very handy. Ah, so this is where the hospitality mod kind of makes the start difficult. You really can't have people at your place until you develop a place for them to stay. And if they're not happy with how you treated them, they get quite upset. So for now, oh cool, refuse visitors until I get have guest beds. Sure. All right. Well, guys, it's time to take a short break. Give me just a couple minutes and I'll be right back.